The EB-5 world was huge before 2015. And then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it just crashed.
Yes.
Like, especially for the China market.
Yes.
Huge crash. Huge firms went out of business. Huge agencies closed down. You
Yes.
didn't give up.
Yes.
You still continue to push through. And now your entire practice, 99.9%,
Yes.
is all EB-5. What is it like
Okay.
practicing as an EB-5 attorney?
Most of my times right now is dealing with the clients at the first stage that we need to deal with the lawful source of fund because it's the most crucial one in EB-5 application. You need to know something more about the local taxation law and also the local like the corporation law because sometimes the clients loan the money from a company in China and in Hong Kong. What kind of documents you can get from Hong Kong? What kind of document you can get from China? Because they are totally different. The source of fund including two parts. The first one is you need to prove the fund is lawfully obtained, and you need to prove the same fund how to transfer to the US. This is the path of fund. So in China, there's a foreign currency restriction. So it's very difficult, and we also deal with a challenge from the immigration officer. Hey, this transfer is unlawful in China. How can you prove it? How can you argue with the immigration officer? So we need to cite some law and also get some legal opinions from a lawyer in China, and then to persuade the immigration officer that, hey, it's different.
The majority of the work is not actually the form and the proving. It's
Yes.
How did you get this money? What is the corporate law like in that country? And so how do you prove that? And you're going back in time. And again, I know a lot of you feel a lot of pressure when you file a case. What if it gets denied? Freaking source of fund is so much more annoying. What we have seen in the past 10 years.
Yes.
You prepare everything, you prove source of fund was legitimate. You file the 526 to get the conditional green card, gets approved, great, 2-year green card. At the 829 stage, 6 years later, USCIS come back and says, no, your source of fund was not approvable.
Yes.
Think about how annoying that is, right?
Yes. Recently, we got a lot of RFEs that require my clients to provide more background information, even though that information is not related to the source of fund. And also, some tricky thing is, as Joseph say, even though 7 years, 6 years later, when you file the 829, the immigration office has the right to go back to your 526E to ask for any question about the source of fund. So because it's almost 10 years, so how can I get it? So that's why we need to think about it one more step. In case the officer in 829 stage, they ask this question about and the document about your source of fund, how can we prove it?
Everything we talked about is regional center, which means a big project happens, there's agents that sell it, like car salesmen, right? They sell the different projects, and then finally they sign up, then you process it. But direct is much more like L1 and E2.
Yes.
They start their own business,
Yes.
they invest their money. So you're not necessarily dealing with agents anymore, although possibly you're still dealing with agents. But now, on top of source of fund, you have to deal with helping them build up their business plan.
Yes.
Because you have to make sure in the next 5 years you can hire 10 employees.
Yes.
Right. So it's a lot more work, which you're also doing, right? Direct EB-5.
I'm also doing direct investment. You need to get the certificate from the local government that the area is qualified for 800,000.
Yeah.
And also you need to do, even you write the memo is different. Yeah. So direct investment, you need to deal with the client individually. It's not from the agents. Most of my direct investment clients just come to my office individually without any agents. Yeah, it's a different stuff. Yeah, but it's still challenging. Yeah, because other than the source of fund, you need to deal with the business. Yeah.
Let's talk about agents. This entire industry and market has been very largely dominated by agents. How do you work with agents and work with clients in order to build up an EB-5 firm? Who are good agents that you want to work with, and who are bad agents that you do not want to work with? Okay, that's the question.
Okay, the good agents is they allow me to see the clients. The bad agent is they don't allow me to see the client. This is the very good side that agents, I need to be careful. Most of the Chinese trust agents, so I need to work with the agents to get like more cases, because if you work with one clients one by one, it's very time consuming.
Right.
But if you work with one agent, they can send you like 10 cases a month, 20 cases a month. So, but you need to be careful to deal with the agents. But if you can build up the good relationship with the good agents, that's the good business.
Most of the clients who are doing this, I'm sure they're not just waiting outside. Almost all of them are trying to adjust status in the US, right?
Yes.
Which means they probably came in on a B1, B2 visa.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a 90 days
Yes,
window.
to file the
Right. So you have 90 days. You have to do all of the source of fund. Make sure it's clean and good.
yes.
And then money has to go into the US.
Yes.
Has to go through the funding.
Yes.
And then you prepare for the adjustment.
Yes,
So
yes.
all of that is the pressure that the
Yes,
staff
yes.
has to work on.
Yeah,
And you know
the
what?
time
Agents
pressure.
don't appreciate that.
Oh, no.
Agents just think, okay, I got a client. I gave it to you.
Oh, I like that. You
Right?
feel for me. Yeah. No. Our pressure is not just from the clients, from the agents. In the EB-5, I mean this ecosystem. Okay, lawyer is the lowest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lawyer is the lowest one.
Yeah.
You know, regional center and the agents, and they got the clients. You know, in marketing side, you know,
They're the king.
we got the clients. They are the king, and also they earn the most
commission.
the bigger commission. Like we work for a case, and then we need to work for the clients for at least 4 years until the 829.
Yeah.
So that's why we are the lowest one. Okay, we got the pressure from the agents, from the clients, and also we got the RFE from the USCIS.
If you print out the wrong thing, the
Yes.
signature wasn't signed,
They-
malpractice.
They just right. They just ask you, do it faster. Can you file it next week? Can you file it tomorrow? Can you file it? Okay, no rush, but be quick. So it's very hard. So you need to act fast, but you cannot be rushed. When you rush, you make mistake.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is get the green card, right? We are the last step. We need to protect it. We need to make sure the clients get the green card.
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell the agents and the clients, the marketing staff, and they say, hey, don't do that. You need to educate your client. Lawyer is very important in the last step to protect what you did before.
So a lot of things to think about. I hope you guys liked this seminar. I really appreciate you coming.
Thank
I
you.
know how busy you are to drive over, to fly over from Hong Kong to do this and fly back. I'm going to say that, right? You flew over to do the seminar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
having me today. Yeah.